grip the racket, the thumb should apply pressure to generate some force. The index finger should grip firmly. For the backhand, it should involve both fingers. These two fingers are pressing on the racket. This way, the grip is more secure. Also, the power might be more concentrated. The force mainly comes from these two fingers at the back, as well as the thumb at the front. Must apply force. This way, power and speed will be fully expressed. Hello everyone, here is Wang Hao's forehand drive, which just a warm-up. It's almost impossible to see his forearm action. As an amateur player, if practicing, you need to retract your forearm, adding friction and adjustments to establish a better feel in the hands, and deal with the ever-present topspin shots and loops. This will allow both power and speed to be showcased. When using the backhand, the index finger should be a little tighter than for the forehand. This will give more power to the backhand shot and to the forward motion of the shot because the force is generated by the index finger. The backhand is also controlled by the two fingers, just like the forehand, but mainly by the thumb. The index finger plays a minor role in controlling the blade face. It's just for light control of the blade, but most of the force should be on the index finger. The index finger helps push the shot forward. I've seen some amateur players, including those just learning backhand with a penhold, and their wrists wobble a lot. The correct technique involves using the elbow. It acts as a pivot, guiding the forearm and wrist. Once this part is stable, the motion becomes more consistent. As you generate power later, the motion will be more fixed. Some players wobble their wrists a lot, and their motions are quite large. You need to use the elbow as a fixed pivot. At a certain point, to generate power, you need to use your waist and legs, but it still requires the elbow to remain stable. At the final moment of power, push the shot out. It's still the two fingers at the back, because you need the force from those two fingers. This force requirement is relatively larger, plus the index finger. It helps fix the blade angle. With your fingers pressing, including your grip, your hand won't shift position. This way, the recovery happens naturally. For the backhand technique of holding a penhold racket, we still recommend starting with the drive. Wang Hao's technical structure is very simple and his movements are very full. His elbow and waist support outward and it has to be stable. Wang Hao's backhand drive, the racket face is still more open. This makes it easier to establish a feel in the hands and easier to generate power. The forehand is controlled by the thumb and index finger. There is a back and forth control of the racket face. When moving to the forehand, the thumb will press down. Then when switching to the backhand, the index finger may tighten. For the backhand, the thumb does not press as tightly. The index finger controls the racket face. The waist generates the back and forth rotation, including the legs. The center of gravity has to be stable. You cannot place your center of gravity on one foot when quickly switching between forehand and backhand. It's better to center the weight this way. The speed and rhythm of the back and forth transition will improve. It will be more efficient. This makes it easier to establish a feel in the hands and easier to generate power. Wang Hao slightly moves his position back. This gives him more time for reaction and backswing on his backhand loop. When performing a backhand fast loop, Wang Hao's backswing is noticeably larger than during driving. When hitting the forehand shot, he mainly uses the thumb to control the racket face. When switching from forehand to backhand, always use the fingers and wrist to swap. By joining my membership, you can watch more than 10 videos in advance and access 30 professional tutorial videos by Fangbo. I will continue to update a members-only video every week. These videos cover everything from beginner basics to advanced techniques,
because it's possible for him to push it to your forehand area,
ensuring you'll find the skills you need. The cost ranges from $1 to $3, depending on your region. Thank you all for your support.